How's it going, everyone? It's Daikin here, bringing you another Guilty Gear Strive video. And today we're going to be talking about tips and tricks you should know about the balance patch for Guilty Gear Strive. So we're going to be going over some of the universal changes that are very important to just about the entire cast and how to utilize these and put these inside of your game plan. So first one we're going to be going over is the Roman cancel. So the Roman cancel now states that it now triggers a slowdown effect when canceling into a normal or special move, and the slowdown effect is only triggered when in close proximity to the opponent. So what does this mean? So essentially what this now means is you actually can get a slowdown when you are further away just by doing a fast RC. So if you do a fast RC like this, you'll see the opponent just sort of slows down in the air like that now. So what essentially this means for us now is you can actually get combos that weren't naturally possible before to happen because of the slowdown. So say stuff like this, you don't have to just go for this and then go for this. And there's a reason why, specifically for this character, and I'm sure for many other characters as well, why you wouldn't want to do this and why you will want to use the fast RC. And this is going to be mainly going to the second part of what it's talking about here, and that is now cause the tension gauge to gradually deplete. So you guys have all been seeing it now. This takes full meter once you do this. You see it's at the cogwheel, but if you do a fast RC, notice how she keeps a little bit of her meter, about like, I want to say about like 10% we kept right there, about 10 to 15% you can see. So doing this is going to make it to where you keep a little bit of meter. But if you know anything about Guilty Gear Strive as well, you know that doing a RC also has meter scaling, so you can no longer gain meter for a little bit. It's like a meter penalty. So you notice I'm doing this combo and she's not gaining any meter for doing this combo, as you see. However, if we do the combo with the fast RC, you'll notice that she actually not only gains that little bit of meter that we're talking about, but she gains additional meter for the meter penalty is not as great. Just like that. So you can see that she was within the meter penalty for a little bit. She was slowly gaining like little ticks, but then also she was able to get out of the meter penalty much faster because of using this. So using this, not only are you going to be able to bypass it if your combo is long enough, but you're also still going to be able to gain a little bit of meter from doing the RC because of the gradually depletion now, and you're going to be able to bypass a little bit of the meter penalty because of the small ticks that you would get. So as you can see, this is something that is very important to the game now, and I think this is something that everyone should be at least experimenting with the characters to see what they can do with the fast RC system now, to not only reduce the amount of meter used for the RC, but also to negate that meter penalty as well. So the next change we're going to talk about for Guilty Gear Strive is going to be the new counter hits on P's and K's. So they're now going to cause the slowdown effect, which basically makes combos that weren't available before now possible. So for example, Kai now can definitely get a counter hit 2P into a close slash if he's close up. So you can do this for a full on combo into a knockdown, or if he's far away, he can get 2P into 2K2D. A lot of the characters in the game at least have this where they could get 2K2D off 2P when they are further away, especially because they made the knockback on the 2K a lot better. So you pretty much always get this as long as the 2K hits. Your 2D will never like pretty much fail you at any given point anymore. But there are some characters that are still down in the dumps, like say like Faust. Unfortunately, he doesn't actually like really get anything off of his counter hits for some reason. There's a few things you can do like 5K into 5P or something like that, but for the most part, nothing really reliable that is going to like help him out. So definitely experiment with change and see what your character can now get with a P or K normal on counter hit. So the next thing you should definitely know for Guilty Gear Strive Season 2 is going to be the dash cancel changes. So everyone universally has a 5K dash cancel and a close slash dash cancel now, which is going to be indicated by the sort of flame that you see on their dash. So normally when characters dash, it's just like, you know, the dust cloud or whatever, but now you see this sort of like flame effect. This is indicating that the person has used a dash cancel. Now, dash cancels are not going to be the most safest option, but you can use them in conjunction with certain other things and make these into some very good situations. But for the most part, they are pretty, you know, reactable too. You can react to these and punish your opponent accordingly. So use these sparingly, but use them in some ways to try to throw your opponent off guard. Now, a couple other ways you can actually use the dash cancel is actually utilizing the dash cancel to confirm from a close slash into another one, but also using it to get more distance on the opponent. So if you want to make sure that you are getting more corner carry rather than just doing a micro dash, this will give you slightly more corner carry than just doing a sort of micro dash that you would normally do from a close slash after you get a counter hit. However, the most interesting of the dash cancel options is going to be the Kara dash cancel. So essentially you can cancel the dash into special moves by inputting the special move relatively fast. So if, for example, we take bike in here, this will allow me to actually do a special move if I do it correctly. Just like that. So it's kind of hard to see, but if you notice it, there is the slight flame that comes out of her, you can see, and you sort of get the special cancel. So it got to be kind of fast, but it allows you to do stuff like this. Now, why is this important? Well, essentially, this make combos that weren't possible actually possible because of the increased distance that you can now cover when you're actually doing a tactic like this. So just to showcase an example with biking, as you can see, this biking combo isn't something that's naturally possible because Kabari just doesn't reach far enough. However, if we utilize the actual dash cancel off the 5K, we could build just enough distance to make this actually connect. Just like that. So now you can see the possibilities that are possible with this new mechanic because we can actually Kara dash cancel into special moves. So this is going to make the confirmability of certain characters even better and allow for even better opportunities off just certain hits that weren't possible before. So definitely experiment with your character and see if there's anything with your character that you can actually make into either like safe block strings now, because you can actually get it cover a little bit more distance, or make into something of a, I don't know, mix-up opportunity or whatever it may be, combo opportunities. Just experiment with your character and see if you can utilize these dash cancels for yourself and see what is possible for your character. The next thing we're going to be talking about for Guilty Gear Strive Season 2 is going to be the Faultless Defense button. So this is the new button that you can actually set within the game now. You can just go to your button settings and set it. So it's another button that we actually have right here, the Faultless Defense button. Now this thing is going to be very good, mainly for a couple of things. So in Guilty Gear Strive, if you are trying to utilize, say a Faultless Defense, there are times where you sort of mess up the input and you press the button a little too slow, and you may get a button rather than a Faultless Defense. You can see I'm trying to like get it, but if I like, you know, press it a little too slow, then sometimes you'll get a button. And this is why you sometimes get counter hit for trying to do FD, because you slightly press one off and then you get a button instead. So this will automatically fix that problem. However, there's another problem that is also fixes, which is also going to be very beneficial for you all. So within Guilty Gear Strive, we all know by now that there is an instant block system. However, when you're trying to faultless FD, there is a priority within the game that can sometimes mess up what you're trying to get. So it's going to be because of the plinking system within the game. So for example, if you look at my inputs here, you can notice that there are two down inputs right there. There is down back and there's down back with the FD. So the game would register the down back first before the down back with the barrier. What essentially what is mean is this will make it to where you actually get a regular instant block, regular than the actual FD instant block. Even though your barrier flashed, the opponent will still be right in your face if you are utilizing like this. Just to give you an example, just like that. So you saw my barrier actually flash, and I probably would have thought that, okay, I pushed them away because I saw the flash and I would try to act, but they're right in front of my face and they special cancel, and then I die because I thought I did the right thing. This would no longer happen because of the actual FD button. Just like that. So as you can see, if we just hold down the button, it just gives you the input regularly, even though this is still happening. So even though I am still getting the actual inputs that happen like that, it would just naturally happen regularly because of the new FD button. It just works. So even though I'm still getting that double input, if you hold down the button, you will no longer have this problem happen to you. And this is going to be something that is very good. So it's taking the priority of the system much better than actually just doing it normally for some reason. So if instant block is something you're trying to implement inside your game plan inside of Guilty Gear Strive, then definitely putting on this FD button will probably help you out when it comes to trying to do FD instant blocks. And the last thing I want to talk about for Guilty Gear Strive Season 2 changes is going to be the consistency of air confirms is getting better. So they basically universally made it to where knockup is going to be on a lot of the air normals and knockback less on some normals, especially JP. So JP got a huge buff to this, which made it to where it's a more consistent air normal to use and better than before. Because before, when you use it, essentially you just did JP and you just JP them down to the ground. There's really not much you can do off of it. But because of the less knockback and knockup, you can actually use this as your fastest normal as intended in the air, and of course still pick this up for a decent combo with you know, some of the characters in the game. So definitely experiment with your character and see what you can actually get off your JP now, because this is going to be a game changer for characters to have a, you know, a good JP of your fastest button. JKs are still really good in this game, but you know, using your fast as normal can definitely win certain situations. And that's pretty much all the changes I wanted to cover here that I think you need to know for Guilty Gear Strive Season 2. There's a lot more changes, of course, within the game for like specific characters and stuff, and a couple other small universal changes, but I think these are going to be the biggest ones universally that are going to affect the way that we play this game now. As always, definitely like to hear what you guys got to say down in the comments below, so let me know how you guys feel about the changes to Guilty Gear Strive, how you guys feel about your character changes, and overall the universal changes to the game. As always, if you like anything I had to say, drop me a like, I really appreciate it, and if you want more from me, follow me on my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications so you know the next video goes live. As always, my name is Dyken, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.